guys, what's up? DJ's Aviation here. Welcome to the 12th episode in my 1/400 scale model airport series. In this update we've got quite a lot going on, and actually quite a lot that's happened. You'll see that in a minute. To the bottom right of your screen you should be able to get a hint of what has happened with the airport in the past week. But this is my Air New Zealand Boeing 777-300ER ZKOKR. This currently is sitting at a parking stand. This can be used as a cargo bay, but I also use it as a parking stand where aircraft that can't fit at the terminal will park here until they depart. This got delayed due to a medical emergency, and the other Air New Zealand, which is over here, the All Blacks, has just arrived in. So this ZKOKQ will be taking my OKR place at the gate. Over here we have the Etihad cargo Boeing 747-400F. This has come in from Melbourne with a stopover in Abu Dhabi. This is now going to be having a 2-day layover, so it will just be sitting there. Nothing much going on at the moment. Over here we have my British Airways 747-400. This was converted into a freighter and will be heading off to Los Angeles. It's now currently pushing back. In our regional terminal, we have my Flybe-8. Just requested pushback and is about to push back once this Garuda Indonesia 777 heads onto the runway. Then it will be given clearance. Moving along to my remote holding stands, we have the Monarch A321, which is currently getting passengers and will be heading off to Palma de Mallorca. Above, in front of it and to the right, we have my Wow Air Airbus A321, registration TF-DAD. Pushing back is my Aer Lingus A320. Currently getting heavily serviced is my Singapore Airbus A380 in the SG50 livery. This will be heading off to Singapore in about an hour, so we can see everything's getting loaded on, catering's getting on board, and the passengers are already on board, most of them, and I think there's just a couple more to go. All the way over there is the Etihad 787-9. Nothing's around that at the moment as that's leaving in 11 hours off to Abu Dhabi. Moving along, we have the Brussels Airlines Airbus A330-300. This will be going off on a short hop to Brussels in about 2 hours. And behind that is the GeminiJets Hekla Aurora Icelandair 757-200, going off to Iceland and then Montreal. Moving along, we have the Qatar Airways Airbus A350-900. Again, just like the KLM over there, fuel's getting loaded onto the KLM, but nothing's going on with the Qatar at the moment. This is waiting. This will depart in 11 hours at the same time as the Etihad off to Doha. So again, nothing's really happening, but we do have the KLM getting some fuel put on board. And as I just said, coming in from Auckland via Los Angeles is the All Blacks. So you may be wondering what's changed with the airport. And actually, to be honest, quite a lot. First of all, there's grass, which has now been put on. As you can see here, grass, grass, grass. This is just standard hobby grass. It's got a nice texture and feel to it. It's quite difficult to lay down, like put down on the airport mat. As you can see, there's a couple of air bubbles, but that's okay. It's not too noticeable if you just quickly look, if you know what I mean. We will be redoing this area. As you can see, I had a bit of, if it wants to focus, I had a bit of trouble putting it down, so I had to do 2 layers, but we'll peel this off eventually and redo it. This area I had help with my dad. He helped me do this, so you can see it turned out really good. I'm really happy with this area. And now it actually makes the regional terminal look really good, so they'll come in and taxi, either go off there and there. And the other thing we did, well I did, is I painted the roads, so where my ground service vehicle will move around. Now you can probably see there was a bit of bleeding, but I mean it doesn't actually look too bad. The dashes which are there could have probably been a bit thinner, but with planes on there, It actually looks quite good in my opinion, as you can see there. Now, I was contemplating not having a road at all in the remote parking stands and holding stands, but I thought, how on earth are like the buses gonna, so that means they'll cross here pretty much over there, and providing there are no planes pushing back, they can just cross and go on here. They'll drive down either like in front or behind the aircraft, but this is actually going to sit here because passengers are being loaded onto this Monarch, which will be heading off to Palma de Mallorca, as I said earlier. Just fix up this Garuda. That is pretty much what's gone on with the airport over the past week. I am currently on school holidays, so I've been doing quite a lot of stuff to the airport, hence why the grass is on. I painted the roads. In the next update, you'll probably see me maybe working on the actual parking stands, so doing all the detail where the GSE will sit and so on, and probably the parking lines and maybe the taxiways. I'm not too sure, or I might work on the runway. It all depends, but I'll hopefully record myself doing that, so actually make an update where I'm working on the airport. You guys enjoy that, but it's kind of mixed, half-half. A lot of people enjoy seeing these type of scheduled updates, and a lot's like seeing me work on it, and they get an idea. If they're building their own, it can be helpful. Yeah. Now, we also bought a lot of balsa wood, as you might be able to see now. The balsa wood is for making the terminals. This will be, this piece is the roof, so it's going to probably sit that high, as you can see, like that. And I might have another piece of balsa wood that's a bit thinner, maybe that thin, running above it just for design, and it'll be painted in black. And I haven't put the balsa wood yet on the map, but that actually fits perfectly. So I'm not going to need to cut it downwards, but I'll chop it off along there, as you can see, because above or underneath there's a road, so that's all good. We bought the cargo terminal, which will be sitting over here. Now, of course, I haven't made it, it's balsa wood, but I might get foils and wrap it around. I'm still unsure of that, but everything fits so far. Like, it's working really good, as you can see. We'll just pick this balsa wood up and carefully place it down. See, so this one doesn't look like it's wide enough, but what we can always do is move it along there, as you can see. And you see that little gap there where there's nothing? I can actually just paint that in grey paint if need be. I don't know if I've got any wider balsa wood. See, hey, if I put it to the centre, actually, if I put it like there, you can still see there's a bit of MDF board that's still visible that hasn't been painted. That's okay though, we can always fix that up later in another update. That's gonna pretty much do this update, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I absolutely love making these. They're a lot of fun to do, and they're probably my favourite series on the channel. I appreciate all the amazing support on all my videos day in, day out. It's very kind of you all. We're about to hit 1,500 subscribers. I think we're about, with the time this video is going up, about 40 away or 45 away. So if we could get that maybe by the end of the week, that'd be awesome, and I can release the Q&A, which I'm currently editing at this point. I've answered all of your questions. Some of them were really interesting and I had a lot of fun answering. Others were kind of repetitive, but that's okay. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and I'll continue doing the series. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.